Ahlan wa sahlan. We are going to finish up Unit 8 today in a pretty short lesson. افتحوا الكتاب, we're going to open the book to page 185. And the last thing that we have left in this lesson is called Alif Madda. Okay? Let me turn this pen on. And Alif Madda is an alif that is written with a squiggly line on top. Let's make it a little bit thicker. There we go. So it has a little bit of a squiggly line on top. So it looks like this, a straight line, and then just a squiggle. Okay? And that is called Alif Madda. Okay? Now, Alif Madda basically represents when you have a hamza and it's followed by an alif, or when you have two hamzas, usually sitting on alifs, that are next to each other. And instead of writing the hamza out with an alif after, or instead of writing two hamzas next to it, all we do is we write alif madda. So we do an alif with this madda symbol that's on top of it. Okay, so it's a squiggly line, and that is called madda. Okay, and what the madda means is lengthening, and you can only see it on the alif, and the sound that it makes is very easy. It's the ah sound. Okay, and it's different than the regular alif because the regular alif has to follow. It has to come after a consonant, right? So if you take ba and then you follow it by alif, that makes the ba sound. We're talking about the ah sound by its own without a separate consonant, okay? Because the consonant is the hamza. So the actual ah sound in a word. So what do you do if the word starts with ah, or in the middle of the word you hear ah? How will you write that? It'll usually be written like this. There aren't that many words that have alif madda, so this will be a little bit of an easy lesson. And so let's look at a couple of examples. Okay, asif, vocab word. Asif means I'm sorry. So if you were to write this out, you would say, okay, this is what I'm hearing. Asif. It's not so it's not starting with a hamza because it's not right? It's not asif, it's asif. So that's that long sound. And it's not with an alif in the beginning because when we see alif in the beginning of the word, it's usually with a lam. And then sometimes you'll see alif in the beginning with a kasra, which is really a hamza. We're just not writing it. And we'll talk more about that in Unit 9. So if you hear in the beginning of the word, that's going to be madda. And it'll connect the same way alif connects. Alif doesn't connect to the next letter. So sin will write initially the kasra, asif. So someone bumps into you or you bump into someone, ana asif. And if you are a woman, we say asifa, ana asifa. You just add this, oops, I wrote it wrong. You just add this ta marbuta to it. Okay? So asif, asfa, meaning sorry. So usually you could say it with ana asfa, ana asif. Okay? Let's do another one. Akul, akul. So we're going to do alif madda, kaf, dhamma, lam. Akul means I eat or I'm eating. And akul is one of those words where you actually have two hamzas next to each other, like this, akul. And because we have two hamzas next to each other, it's written like that. When you take 131, you'll see more with this verb and verbs that have hamza in it. Okay. Let's do another one. Al-an. Al-an. Here's an example where it's in the middle of a word. You have alif lam. And then you have so it's not a lam, it's not just a lam alif sound. That would be la. We're not saying ala, we're saying al So that sound is separate, right? So think of it like this. Al-an, or if it's two separate parts of the word, right? So that sound in the middle of the word is represented by the madda. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the alif into the lam, just like we do when we normally have alif in the lam. And we're going to put here, we'll put the madda. Al-a, Noon, the alif doesn't connect to the next letter, so we'll put noon by itself. Al-an. Okay, al-an. And al-an means now. So if I say akul al-an, akul al-an, I'm eating right now. Okay, al-an. Adrus al-an, I'm studying right now. Okay, al-an. So here, these are just a couple of the words that you'll need to know. For vocab, I would add al-an and I would add asif. Your book also talks about al-Quran, which is the scripture in Islam. And that can also be written with Alif Madda. Although you will also see al-Quran written with an actual hamza and an alif followed by it. Okay, but nowadays a lot of times people write it with the Madda. Okay, so that is Alif Madda. If you flip the page,